All right. Welcome to the stream, everyone. All right, so I'm going to be playing some KSP. Forgive the last stream. I kind of ended that one. I actually forgot I was live for a second. But we are going to play some KSP. We're gonna start a new save. All right, sandbox mode. Our flag. What is going to be our flag for today? For this save, I should say. The objective is to get to the moon. Once we get to the moon, then we're gonna get to Minmus. Or well, let me word it correctly. Pronounce it. All right. So we're gonna get to the MUN. Then we're gonna get to Minmus. And of course, the birds are acting up. They're always yapping. Anyways, I like the sound of C7. Reminds me of the C7 motor in real life people use for those mono rockets. So I'm gonna use C7. Periapsis also look good. Which one is? No, I'm gonna do Periapis. But I like this. You know, yeah, I'm gonna choose the trees. There's no title. Difficulty. All right, so we're going to do crew respawn. We're gonna do 5 hours for respawn. Um, include should we? No, we're gonna do everything from scratch. Re-entry heating. We're gonna put that up by 110. Let's see. Kerbal experience. We're gonna keep it off. Part pressure limits on. Part G4 on. Require signal for control. Isn't that? We're gonna do that. Plasma blackout. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. What are they doing in there? Now we're gonna change the name to, what should the name be? This episode. I'll be right back. Let me go silence the birds. Alright, so the name of this new game is going to be called. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't even have a chat to save me for this one. What am I going to name it? I kind of want it to be memorable. So, you know what? Let me name it Road to. How much subscribers am I going to get by the time I finish this series? Probably 50. No, I'm at 23. Yeah, I'm going to 50. Road to 50. And start. Alright. New save. Everything looks nice. Tracking station. Beautiful start. Alright. So, the first thing we're going to do. Now, I already know how to get a rocket into orbit, but I want to make sure that I am of understanding of these rockets before I go out there and start launching them. And I want to start from the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to make is something that can move and land. So we're going to start cheap. We're going to start off with the Mark 1 command pod with our parachute. And below that, I want to add thermal. I did forget to mention I am using the PS5 for this game. I'm not using a PC. So I feel like controller is easier than PC. PC players is the opposite. I can use my mouse. Oh, I don't even see it. Where is it at? Well, never mind. I don't think I can. But I just like controller better. And then if I switch to PC, maybe I'll like the keyboard and mouse. But as of now, we're using controller, and we're gonna build this rocket. So next thing we have to do is add a decoupler for our staging. Of course, I always get the sizes wrong. Then our fuel tank. What fuel tank do we need? We probably need this one right here. We do. We're just gonna add 2 on it. Now we're gonna do 3. Then we're gonna add, I believe it's called the skipper. No, it's a swivel. What's a skipper? Where did I get that from? Oh, this one. This one's my favorite. But we're gonna use a swivel. 2.4 thousand meters a second of delta V. Thrust weight ratio is looking nice. Thrust weight ratio is looking nice because I can add extra. So let me add some extra. Let's see, tell me that's 3, no, it's close to 3,000. Thrust to rate, thrust to weight is still up there. I think 2 more is gonna get us. I'm gonna guess 1.7, 1.5. Alright, and we got 3.2 thousand meters per second. So we're just going to add 2 stages instead of making it a SSTO. Second stage is going to have the same engine. Or should I have... No, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the engine because I believe the other one's more efficient. The specific impulse might be higher. Where am I doing? Oh, engine's right here. So let's see. What is the specific impulse? In vacuum, 310, 3... Okay, so somehow the swivel is higher. But what is this one? The Reliant has a larger nozzle than a swivel. I don't get that. Okay, well, we're gonna use it for the second stage also. Okay, so tell me we have enough thrust to weight, and we do not, which means that we have to remove a tank. So, okay, so that's gonna ignite, bam. This is gonna stage, ignite, stage, parachute back down to safety. For this test, wait, we can change the color of it? Wait, what did I just do? Oh, this is a decoupler. Okay, so we're done with the rocket. No, no, we're not. We gotta add the aerodynamics to it. Adding 4 makes it look like a missile. So we're gonna add 3 instead, and we're gonna change the wing. Is this one? No, it's not. It might, you know what? It actually might be good enough. I don't like it. Is there something smaller? Where are the small items at? We're just gonna use this one. It's small enough. Alright, into space. What are we gonna call this one? We're gonna call this one the first rocket. Alright, and who's going to be the crew for this one? And why not? We're gonna use Jebediah. I trust this rocket to land safely. Alright, first launch in 3, 2, 1. Slow, but it's gonna gain some speed shortly. Thrust to weight ratio is making its way. So, we're actually going to orbit. Oh, whoa. I don't think we have enough delta V to orbit, actually. We can get into a sub-orbit. That's good enough, though. Also, the vehicle's already tilting. And I kind of messed up the fins a bit. Okay, so I just remembered we were supposed to do the gravity turn a long time ago. So I'm gonna try to get to 45 before we reach 28 meters in the, what am I saying? 20 meters. But never mind, I can't, it's not even turning. Oh, and I'm out. Gotta stage real quick. Okay, so first launch is already a mid-disaster. I was trying to do something else. Alright, let us look at our Apple Apsis and see what it's at. 55. We're gonna make it. Okay, we're at 80. We might actually manage to get into orbit. Oh no, never mind. We're not gonna get into orbit. Let me actually start slowing down now, because I don't want to land during nighttime. You know what? Never mind. We had enough Delta V, I believe. All right, let's just stage. If we burn up, gravity slowing down was a good sign. And we made it out smoothly. Oh, and that is Minimus down there. That is for the next episode. If you don't make it to the moon this one. Also, that just reminded me, the objective is to get to the moon, actually. We're slowing down, but I kind of... Once we get to 2000, that's when it's going to deploy. Okay. But like I was saying, once we get to the moon, the objective is to plant a flag and return back to Earth or Kerbal. I should have waited to deploy it. Oops. This is a long time. We're gonna pretend that it happened. Alright. New craft. We got the basic aerodynamics down. I feel like I'm ready to get to the moon. So this might actually take 2 episodes because I've been on Call of Duty earlier, and I'm actually kind of tired to make this one. But we might make the rocket today and launch to the moon, or we might make the rocket and call it a day. But the first thing I'm going to add is this reaction wheel. Then we need our thermals. Okay, which one's heavier? Alright, what's next? Lights. We're gonna add lights, but first No, but get that size wrong too, and that size. Alright, we're gonna test the parachutes. So, save craft, launch. Alright, and we are going to, we already have 2,000 meters a second. Alright, stage. And deploy. Okay, beautiful. That's actually decent speed. Something's gonna blow up though. Oh, when we're sideways, we slow down. How does that work? And we land perfectly. We're gonna take another image here. Wrong button. Alright, so this stage is what I call the landing stage, because we're going to use this stage to actually land on the moon. So we need an engine that's small enough. Wait, why did I try that? What engine was I going to use? Was it the skipper? Yeah, it's the skipper I'm going to use, but I need an engine that's going to be much more efficient but smaller. So this is 3, tell me it's smaller. It is, and it works. What's the thrust to weight? Thrust to weight really don't matter. Yeah, thrust to weight doesn't matter when it comes to space. But 898 meters a second of delta V is what scares me. So I'm gonna save the craft. Let's see how slow that is. With the efficiency of 300 and was it 320 specific seconds of specific impulse. Let's test it out. We're gonna do half throttle, then full throttle. Wow, full throttle. I feel like that's enough to slow us down and put us into orbit. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's enough. Alright, we're not gonna reach. That's enough. So this stage is done. So we're going to retract. No, I sold. I'm gonna make sure to add the remote guidance unit. Then we're gonna add this. Oh, then the batteries. We don't want to forget the batteries. Now the solar panels. These three, actually, we're gonna do four. These four is gonna be with us during flight. These ones will deploy once we're on the surface. So extend. Perfect. And what else am I missing? I think I'm good for that one. Now for the either it's gonna be the second stage. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a second stage. Yeah, so I was gonna say first stage, but that would require me to make an SSTO, and I do not want to do that. So we're gonna make a rocket that's going to be bigger than this part. Wait, something's missing though. Something's missing from that. Oh, communication. Okay, we're gonna add that after this. We're gonna put it on top. There. Now for this part, we're gonna make the oops. Now for this part, we're gonna make the rocket a bit large. First, I gotta see how large is the rocket gonna be. Tell me if it's this one perfect, beautiful. I'm already loving the rocket. If the rocket is small enough, or should I say big enough, that I can use these fuel tanks right here, it's gonna be a good rocket. It's gonna be a great one. This one alone, let's see, what's the size? We're gonna add one more. This is gonna be the second stage. So how is the engine gonna look? I'm thinking about using this one, if it fits. Yeah, it fits. It's either this one or oh, I could have used. These were the same size. Which one's more efficient? 63, 64. Oh wow, 412. The ISP is just higher than that. But I want to use this one though. What ISP is this? 340. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. And I already know the thrust to weight ratio is probably gonna be 0.60. I'm just so accurate today. Judging by the size of the rocket already, I might have to add additional support boosters on the sides of the rocket. I might need it. And actually, before we make it even longer, I want to pre-fire the auto struts. I always connect them to the roots. Alright, now we are going to continue with our placement of the first stage, which is usually longer than the second stage. hopefully. We might actually run out of room though, and I might actually have to incorporate adding an extra booster to the side of it. Actually, if we use this engine, let me guess, 0. No, it can't be 0.80. I already know it's around 0.70 to 80, but what do I say? 0.70. I was way off. It's 0.33. But we're gonna triple these. No, we're gonna quadruple it. So we're gonna add the EP37. We're going to. Should we do a 4x1? I feel like that's overkill. Because two of them. Let's see what two of them does. Two of them's already 64, so I might have to just triple them. Yeah, it's already 124. Or 124, 1.24. And now it's 1.26, yeah. So we're just gonna make four. Now what am I doing? Wait, what? Double, triple, four. Wait, how do I, oh, that's quad. Alright, so the first stage might be either shorter or the same size as the second, but that's fine. As long as I have a decent amount of delta V and my thrust to weight ratio is exceptional enough to get us into space and into orbit. Now the goal with this first stage is to get us, actually let me mention the goal once I have it on the pad. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna add this in case I get to Earth with this stage already connected. This will help us slow down, and then I can disconnect. Aerodynamics is gonna be here. And what else are we missing? We're not missing cargo. We need to, when we get up there, we're going up there, we're gonna plant the flag. So I feel like maybe solar panels is missing. And then we're not missing anything else. There's something I'm forgetting though. It should be up here at control. Uh, Here it is. Thruster blocks. We don't want to forget these. I'm looking to add this to the second and final stage. No, I'm not going to add it to that stage. We need to save as much delta V as we can. Plus, we have reaction wheels. When it comes to structural, what do we need? Nothing. Okay. All right. So our total delta V is 4,898. So we're gonna make sure our ejection force is 363. Clamshell deploy on. And we're gonna make the new color black and white. How does orange look? Or gold? I don't like that. I like black and white. Alright, we're gonna name this one. Oh, I forgot. I need to check my staging. So it's going to, I want it to burn first. So we're going to burn, boom, stage, boom. What is that? Oh, that's my engine plate. We're gonna disable staging. What is this one? Our decoupler down there is gonna decouple in stage. But when this decouples, I want our fairing to also decouple. Assuming, no, we're not gonna be in space, so I can guarantee probably. So that's going to decouple. That's going to stage. And then as we're going up into space, we're going to decouple. Never mind. We're going to do this both at the same time. And then decouple down, down, down. Alright. The name of the rocket is going to be Moon Reacher. Moon Reacher 1. In case we fail, we are going to take Jebediah, Bill, and Bob. Sorry, Valentina. Launch. I'll be right back. Let me get some water. Alright, I got my water and my cereal. Wasn't planning to get cereal, but here we are. So this is going to be the last launch, well, the first and the last launch of this stream. Hopefully next stream we can think about doing some other operations around the moon. And the third stream from now should be us heading out there to Minmus. Unless we do everything on the next stream. So In 3, 2, 1, here's launch. The rocket is starting to do some things that wanted to avoid. Uh-oh. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna do an emergency stage. Okay, never mind. We're gonna have to slow down, so we're gonna deploy now. Uh, if the parachutes dissolve, then they are dead, and I needed to deploy now. Please deploy. Alright, thank God. This one's gonna deploy at 800. And this one's gonna deploy at 400. Yeah, so first launch was a bad one. We did fail this one, and I will end the stream. But, yeah, that was unfortunate. I didn't even know what the problem was, it just started wiggling. Man. At least everyone is safe. And that's what matters. But, before I end the stream, I know no one watched, but for those who clicked on the stream and either skipped to the end or watched until the end, I appreciate you guys. And hopefully I will see you guys, whoever watches, in the next video. See you guys there. Or I mean stream. See you there.